We always hear about Charles Darwin and his theories on the evolution field, but who was really Charles Darwin? To know about that, we came for experts' aid.
Charles Darwin was a naturalist, and his reputation comes from his studies of specimens around the globe, which led him to formulate his theory of evolution and his views on the process of natural selection.
Before formulating his theories, Darwin traveled all around the world and made many observations.
The voyage of the Beagle. In this voyage, he traveled from England to South America, into the Pacific Ocean and the Galapagos Islands, before returning via Australia, Mauritius, and South Africa. Darwin found out that nearby islands in the Galapagos had non-identical species of finches. He discovered that each finch species had differences that suited them for the environment and role. He also found out that the Galapagos tortoises had two different shapes of their shells. Each was suited for their eating habits and their role in their ecosystem.
But Darwin wasn't the first one. Before Darwin, Wallace made his own theory of evolution based on natural selection.
Alfred Russel Wallace was a British naturalist who conceived the theory of evolution through natural selection. His papers on the subject was jointly published with some of Charles Darwin's writings in 1858.
Right now, there is a term used to explain the most important things that Charles Darwin has contributed.
Proposed the theory of the evolution of species by natural selection. It is now what we call Darwinism. In 1859, he published On the Origin of Species.
Charles Darwin also established 4 postulates for his theory. His first postulate is that living things are not static, they are evolving and constantly changing. Some will disappear and others will appear. The second postulate is that evolution is slow, continuous and gradual. It never stops and it never has sudden changes. Third postulate says that similar organisms share a common ancestor and that all living things can be traced back to a similar organism, which is the origin of life. Darwin's fourth postulate says that natural selection is key. It can be divided into phases. The first one is variability, the appearance of spontaneous modifications in individuals. The second phase is selection through survival in the struggle for life. The fittest individuals, the ones that were born with favorable spontaneous modifications to cope with the environment, will have a better chance of survival, reproducing and creating offspring with those advantages.